Hello, this is Kev.
And Lil. We're discussing relationships in all of its forms and everything in between.
We've been together over 30 years. We've seen some things together and apart.
So if you want to laugh or need advice, come spend some time with Kev and Lil.
Have we met?
Hello, everybody.
Hi. No, so we're on a bit of a roll, so we decided to record another one. Of course, I have many hats, so to speak, so I changed my hat at least. We decided to touch on a different subject. Let's pick it up a bit because the last couple have been a little deep, so to speak. So long-term relationship ideas after the I can't keep my hands off you stage. I don't know about you, but I still can't keep my hands off you. So, but that's just me being a horny bastard. Yes, I am 53 years old and I have a vibrant.
Okay, nobody needs to know your business.
All right.
Anyway, number one, let go of the romantic expectations you see in movies and in younger couples. I don't think we have to read the rest.
No, you don't have to.
Because we could go from there.
Yeah, we could.
But especially, I think in women, we romanticize everything. Well, I can't say all women.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you're not that woman. You're not.
But
I'm that guy.
Well,
I'm the guy.
will you let me speak?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I was gonna say most women before I was rudely interrupted. I'm not gonna say I'm not romantic at all, but I don't even know how to explain it.
You're not romantic.
No, I am when I want to be.
You appreciate the romance.
But he is the romantic one in the relationship. But you know how when we're younger, we always think about, oh, I want him to sweep me off my feet. And we watch all these romantic movies, and real life is not like that, ladies and gentlemen. But I do say he is the romantic one in the relationship. I try my hand at it once in a while, but he's truly the one that's romantic. I am not one of those typical girls. But I have to say, we've been together for almost 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years, yeah. Even though there are stages in relationships that I believe that I think we're good.
So let's start with this, and this is just my theory, okay? My theory is this, as far as we are concerned, okay? Understand that Lil is 5 years older than I am, okay? So she's had a lot more experience, definitely before me. And I don't mean that in that she was a slut, though she loves to say that sometimes about herself. I don't know why. It's not appreciative. I don't need to hear my wife is a slut. But no, seriously, she, and I think with that, again, this is my theory. I believe that maybe she was a little jaded when I got with her. Okay?
I kissed a lot of frogs, ladies and gentlemen.
So when I came into the picture, she was like, whatever, I just want to hit it and quit it. And I still say to this day, I'm not that guy. I wasn't that guy. I wasn't the guy that was just going to be like, yeah, let me get some, and that's that. I literally did that one time, not with you, of course. I did that one time, and I so disliked myself for it that I said, nope, never going to do that again. And then when I met her, she was like, well, I just want to fool around. I don't want a relationship. I already got out of a relationship, and I don't want to. And I said, well, I'm not that guy. And yeah, I know some guys are going to be like,
full of it, yeah.
I know some guys are going to be like, come on, man, that's just something you said just because you didn't want to look like. I was like, no, if you don't believe me, you can ask her. You can ask her sincerely, and she'll go, yeah, he was the girl in the relationship.
He still is sometimes.
Yeah, I'll admit, I'm the more, and for that, I am the more romantic one.
I'm sorry, guys.
And she appreciates the romance. You appreciate it.
Yes.
But are you the romantic one? No. No, you're not.
But it's not like I'm not romantic
I'm
at
the
all.
planner. I'm the one that's like, yo, we're going to go do this. We're going to do that. And then I turned to her and I was like, when are you going to plan something? Oh, I can't plan anything because you never like anything. And I'm like, no, I think the issue is if you try to plan something, you plan something you like. You don't try to plan something we'll like. Whereas 9 times out of 10, I plan something you like more than I do. Because, and that's how it falls.
An example. Listen, when I try to be romantic, I fail miserably and I lose money.
Gosh,
I remember specifically this one time I wanted to take him to Cooperstown to the museum baseball, the baseball museum. I even got a costume, Baseball Hall of Fame. Sorry.
We still have the jerseys.
And I
still have
spent
my
so
jersey.
much money. I wanted to book everything and he didn't want to go.
I never said I didn't want to go.
You didn't want to go because I even got jerseys for us 3. At that time, my youngest wasn't born yet. My oldest was gonna, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. We're gonna go. So I was like, whatever. That was one of many that fails. But listen, he knows I'm honest. Listen, I will do whatever you want me to do. I will try and plan things. And I remember first birthday, he lied to me, ladies and gentlemen, when we were dating.
Okay, yes, I did lie.
He told me he loved jazz.
I
mean, I love all
I
types
wouldn't
of
say
music.
I love jazz. I never said I
Excuse
love
me, I am
jazz.
still speaking. I love all types of music, and we're very eclectic with our music. But at that time, I was like really into live jazz. I used to love to go see performances. It was one of many genres that I liked. And he was like, oh yeah, me too. I love jazz when we were dating. So for his birthday, I surprised him. I took him to a jazz club and we were going to have dinner and live music. And tell him what happened, honey.
Well, okay, so this is one of the few lies that I've told over the years, and this is one of the few lies that I've told to,
Get some.
And was the jazz thing. But I got to tell you something. I do like it. I don't know. It depends on the style, I guess, of it.
He
'Cause I
was miserable.
bored out of my mind.
Yes. He complained about the food. He complained
Oh, well, the food was bad, and my food was bad. You even said it.
You complained about everything. Everything. And I was trying to do something so romantic and so nice.
And that was the first and only time she did something like that. Isn't it?
Oh, and Cooperstown didn't happen.
No,
I will go get the jersey.
Well, the jersey's there. That doesn't mean you planned anything.
Yes, I did.
Anything.
I even bought tickets and I lost the money.
No, you would do that you did that for a couple of things, and you tried to blame me for that. No, that's not how it happened.
Okay, honey.
That's not how it happened.
So yeah, the romance is still there.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it.
Number 2, well, basically what you have to do is you have to work at it like we do. We have our differences, but we work at it. He does stuff that I like. I do stuff that he likes. It's not like he'll go to a scrapbooking retreat with me.
I did take you that one weekend.
No,
Don't
but
act
I'm
like I
saying
didn't.
I wouldn't. Look, I would be willing to go to a golf thing, whatever, a golf
I'm not
weekend.
really big into golf.
Well,
Actually,
one point
honestly,
he was.
my likes are
I
very
was actually
limited lately.
planning something with a cousin of his, the wife of a cousin of his, and we were going to do like a golf weekend for the guys for Father's Day. But once again, life got in the way. We didn't get to do anything. But just work at it, guys. I mean, look, 30 plus years and we still got it. I don't know.
And we still argue over the same stupid things, too.
Okay, number 2. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
good.
cut you off.
No, good.
There is no easy way to stay connected and stay growing. It requires conscious, sustained effort. Do not believe anyone who tells you otherwise.
So that goes with what you were just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes work.
No, and I think it also means like it's not easy to stay connected and grow as a person. Like you can't be like always on top of each other. Or am I like misunderstanding it?
I think it has. A few episodes back, we had divorce with D, right? And I think as far as the growing part, you have couples, or any type of couple, of course, and it could age range, it could be different decades. You never know, whatever time it is, different eras and so on, generations. I think one of the issues is sometimes you don't realize that you need to grow, and you need
As an individual.
as an individual,
Yes.
and it helps you as a couple. If you're still the same, I mean, because we met when you were 28, I was 23, right? If I was still the same 23-year-old at that time, man, we got some problems. We got some problems. We got, I was extremely immature. Yeah, I still am a little bit, but I think that's just the boy in me, not that I'm a child. But no, because I was a lot worse back then, that when it came to just the immaturity.
Yes. But like they said, you don't have, there's no easy way to stay connected with someone, and if you don't, without growing, you have to grow, and you grow. Sometimes you grow together, you might grow apart, but you wind up catching up. But you have to work at it. I think this whole thing, when it comes to relationship, it's a lot of work. Relationships are work, no matter if it's a friendship, if it's parents with their children, spouses. You have to work at it.
Yeah, the ones that say that it's not that, oh no, it has to be easy. It shouldn't be so hard. I wouldn't say it shouldn't be so hard, but it's certainly, there's going to be those difficult times.
Yeah.
There's going to be those rough patches, those up and downs, and with that, you learn to grow, and you learn to realize that it's not all about you anymore.
Yes.
And it's not all about, hey, I just want to get some, or I just want to, oh no, keep her in the house, and I just want to
Barefoot and pregnant.
barefoot and pregnant, right?
Yeah, I don't think
it's not about that.
Yeah. So you have to grow as a person, as an individual.
To help you grow together.
Exactly. Let go of criticism.
Yeah, so you don't need to say everything that's on your mind. Okay, don't. There should be a disclaimer right now popping up on the screen. Do not say everything that's coming up that pops into your head.
Does this dress make me look fat?
Oh, you're an idiot. You're an idiot if you... No, dear. No.
You look beautiful.
No, shut up. Neither did the first three. Shut up. It's a process that a person has to go through. It's a process when it comes to that. It's a process of...
And sometimes
pick and choose your
true.
words.
And sometimes you want to criticize. It could be true, but
there's
you
a
don't
way
have
of doing
to,
it.
and you don't have to say everything.
No, and there's also a way of soft pitching it. You don't have to go, yeah, you shouldn't be wearing that T-shirt. It's gross looking, blah, blah. Go, hey, hun, you got other T-shirts. You sure you didn't want to try something different? And no, I'm not trying to drop a hint right now. But I'm just saying, it's just...
my T-shirt.
Yeah, I know. You could tell. It's still got all the bleach stains on it.
No, that's the cosmos. See? Silver Surfer.
Oh, look at that. It's in whatchamacallit, in that the Fantastic Four movie's coming out soon. But regardless of that, no, but seriously, you keep some of those thoughts to yourself. You got nothing nice to say, don't say it.
Don't say it at all. Listen to your
All right?
parents.
All right, please don't. All right, and
Okay.
even if you're 100% right, shut up.
Yes. Tell the truth, as in say what you mean. Don't say it mean. So like we were saying before, if you're going to say it in a nice way.
Yeah, delicately.
Yeah.
I got to be, we probably have spoken about this before. I was an a-hole at one time. I mean, I can still be an a-hole. But, I mean, as far as I had this habit of just speaking my mind to anyone and everyone.
You had no filter.
Man, I had no filter. And it took me a little bit, and I'm being generous with a little bit. It took me a little bit to realize that, and I realized as well, I was trying to be mean to people.
Yeah, that's
I was
not
trying to say things that were going to hurt somebody's feelings. And don't get me wrong, I still have them in the trigger. I still have them in the chamber every once in a while. But I've learned that, it's no, you don't, and you certainly don't need to do that with someone you're in a long-term
Yeah,
relationship with.
exactly. Don't try not to like harm them on purpose. Like, okay, you guys probably had a fight, and just because you want to get back at them, that doesn't mean you have to be mean. Like, honey, I don't think, like, for instance,
I don't like it when you put my leg up like that, and
Kevin. Point is, like, I remember one time we were going to go to a friend's house, and I think I was like, my thing is shoes. I like to be comfortable. I like a sensible shoe. If we're going to be walking a lot. If we're not going to walk a lot, if it's from door to door, I'll put on my cute shoes. So I had this outfit, and I wanted to wear my new shoes. And Kevin was like, babe, I don't think you should wear those shoes because there's going to be walking. And I was like, oh, but they look so cute with my outfit. And he was like, babe, you're not going to wear those shoes. You're going to be complaining the whole freaking trip. And da-da-da-da. I got so mad. I was like, there was a nicer way to saying that, sir. Don't say I was going to be bitching the whole freaking way.
I never would use that word, not to your face.
Point is, he could have said it nicer, and we wouldn't have had that argument all the way over there. But, yeah, choose your words. Don't be mean. Just say what you mean, but don't be mean.
Yeah. And that goes for anything and everyone. Try not to hurt someone's feelings. It's just you're just being a bully.
Okay, and then another one is seek out other friendships. Rather than load your marriage partner with the job of meeting all your needs, and give your partner space to have outside friendships. We know some. Excuse me.
I'm not saying a word. I'm waiting to hear your take on this.
I have my friendships, and
yes,
he
you
knows
do.
that. I have my hobbies. I do my own
Yes,
thing.
you do.
Because, like I said, he won't go with me to a scrapbooking convention.
Because if I want to go to sleep, I'll just go to bed.
He'll be bored out of his mind. I will not expect him to like everything I like. I will not expect him to go with me everywhere I go. I wasn't big into comics. Obviously, I am now. And he liked his comics. I started going with him to the Comic-Cons. I started going to him to the comic book conventions. Not because I wanted to leech onto him. It's because I actually...
She took an interest.
I did take an interest, and I really like it. I mean, I have my own comics. I don't buy them myself. He gets them for me because he's such a good hubby. I love my Vampirella issues, which, by the way, you gotta get me that next one. Anyway.
I heard you the first time.
And you need to do the same thing. Like, he has his friendship. He has his hobbies. I mean, this is a hobby in itself, too, the podcasting. You were really into it because friends of ours were doing it.
No friends of ours were doing
Oh,
it.
yes, Cholo.
That was years ago.
Well, but didn't we have a podcast?
Okay, honey.
Okay.
But that's not why.
Point is, you need to have your own friendships. You need to have your own groups. Just like me and my friends go to brunch once a month. He does things with his friends also.
Can I say something now?
I don't know.
Because we just recently had this discussion.
Oh boy, what?
You know this discussion I'm talking about. So, I'm lovable. Okay?
My God.
I am extremely lovable. And I'm lovable from guys to girls. Okay? And a lot of my friends were girls as well. And,
Okay, I know where you're going with
and
this.
now you know where I'm going with this, right? And, something occurred. Something transitioned. And it wasn't like overnight. It was like subtle hints. Like, oh, well, you'd be mad if I hung out with some guys or whatever. Why you got to hang out with so many girls? I'm like, honey, but I hung out with them before I even met you. These were friends of mine. Actually, some of my closest friends at that. There were 3 of them at that. And 2 of them, she sort of made me not be as close to anymore. And then the third
I
one.
didn't make you
and
do anything.
you see, you're not letting me finish. And the third one, she pretty much just pulled her out from under me and said, you know what? If we break up, mind you, this is 30 plus years later. If we break up, I'm taking her from you. And mind you, we've spoken about this before as well. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I guess I've lost that friend now too. So
He has
so
not
it's like,
lost her. Okay?
yeah, I sort of did.
She's still your friend.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she's
in
not.
our lives.
She's like a sister to me. She's like a sister to me. But let's be honest, you took her. You took her from me, and that was that. And to the point that she's questioned me, like, what happened over the time you
Well, then
know,
sit
this,
down and have that
I'm like, you haven't
conversation.
and in my mind, yeah, and you're right. I should have that conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And she appreciates that. She appreciates
yes, because her and
openness.
I are very much alike.
Yes.
That's why we always got along so well. And I said, and I'm like, and if she ever listens to this episode, it'll be half the battle, because it's a battle with her at times too. It's
They're like brother and sister.
It's like, holy crap. But no, seriously, you've taken that as well. You've taken that long-term relationship from me. So yeah, as much as I didn't have to seek other friendships. I had, and you've pretty much said, yeah, why do you need to go hang out with them? Why can't I be there for that? And that's what you did. You did. Because even when I would make new friends at jobs and stuff, and I'd go to dinner or whatever with whomever, you're like, why do you need to go with this woman to dinner? And I'm like, but she's just a friend. It's not. And I'm telling you who it is.
We had another episode with that. There's certain things you can and shouldn't do with women if you're a married man. For instance, going to dinner with another woman.
But it wasn't like. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like
Listen,
that, and
guys,
it wasn't
I
like
trust him. I do. I
would hope so by now. I've proven myself over and over.
I just don't want to hear the bullshit afterwards. So I try and get ahead of it. Yeah, like, oh, why was Kevin with a woman?
Who?
Whatever.
From who?
Point is, that's not something a married man should do. And listen, it's not like I don't allow it. I put my foot down. Like, you do you, but I'm just letting you know. No. Because you've been to lunch, you go out with your coworkers all the time.
What?
Kevin, didn't you just tell me you went out to lunch with two women from work?
Yes, it was
And
lunch.
he had
like,
an espresso martini. He never. That's my thing.
Oh my gosh. There it
I
is.
never
There's the
have
rub.
it.
There's the rub.
No, but this is the thing. He says he doesn't. He just did it.
Honey,
So
but it wasn't
what are you
like a
talking
planned
about?
thing. We decided to go that one day.
Okay, so then I'm not making a big deal about it, but I'm just saying you can't make it a habit because
Oh God, one lunch in 30 years
No,
with somebody.
Kevin, I'm
Come
talking
on.
about like for dinner or whatever.
Honey,
My
you know
thing
I hardly
is,
ever do that. And I wouldn't do that on a regular
You can have your
either.
friendships. You can have other friendships.
Okay.
It helps the relationship because I do my stuff and you do your stuff.
Okay.
You're just talking about me taking your friend, which I didn't take.
Yes,
She's
you did.
still in our lives.
Yes, you did. Okay, whatever.
You just don't want to share. You're not sharing.
Come on. What share? There was no share. You took her. I can't share something you've taken.
Listen.
Whatever.
Don't listen to us what we're saying right now because we're having a discussion about that. But you should have other friendships, and we both do, and he knows we do. We have
Okay.
other friendships besides.
Yes, there are.
Yes, and
There
he
are.
knows my friends, and he's hung out with my friends too.
Sure.
But you should have other friendships. It helps the relationship because you get to do things that you can't do with your significant other, or you don't want to put it on them. Like, I don't want to drag him, like I said, to a scrapbooking convention because he will go crazy. Or like, I wouldn't want to go to whatever the heck else that he likes to do, and I don't.
This is what I mean, right? Now this is the thing, right? She can never figure out what I like. But mind you, she makes plans. No, she doesn't.
Yes,
She
I
doesn't
do
make
because listen, he likes certain things and I don't know, maybe it's just me. I like it too. I like the conventions. If you want to go golfing, I wouldn't mind going golfing. It's not
Since
my
when?
thing. It's not my thing, but I wouldn't
haven't
mind
golfed
golf-
in a long
Exactly,
time,
but
so
I'm
let's
just
stop bringing
saying,
up golf.
I've been to games with you.
long time ago,
like
yes.
baseball. You like.
A long time
I
ago
like
you
to
did.
go. but I don't want to go all the time. That's why he has friends. He goes.
Okay.
Okay, this is what I
Okay.
mean. Let's go to the next one.
Yes,
Imagine for a
please.
moment the alternative. The horror of having to go out on dates again, sleeping alone night after night, not having that someone special in the house who ends up taking care of the things you don't. You could talk.
So we've spoken of something similar of this, and at times, and we're like, and because we've heard the horror stories from friends, from people I've worked
Dating
with.
nowadays.
Hell no, I don't want to go through that right now. And every single one of them, because a lot of them have done the apps thing,
Yeah.
whatever app it is, and I sit there going, oh my god, that sounds like a freaking nightmare.
And it is.
And you know, and I've said this too. I've said this a number of times as well. That's when you take it back and you remind yourself you got to rededicate yourself to your relationship. And because again, you go through those ups and downs. You go through those moments of, oh God, I hate them. Or
Yeah, but is it worth it though? Like if
no, because the hate, it's not true hate. It's maybe you hate what they did at the moment.
At the moment, exactly.
Maybe it's not something you care for, and you try to discuss through it. But that alternative, that ain't for me, man. I'm sorry. And no, don't get me wrong. There are certain relationships that, it should end. They need to end. I get it. But, if it's something that's not like,
Worth
hey,
it.
if the freaking place ain't on fire, so to speak, don't worry about it. You can get through it. You can get through it.
We always said it's like no matter. I mean,
because again, we've gone through those rough patches.
everybody does.
We go through them a few times a month, if not a year.
I
what
said
I mean?
I will be your roommate. I will be your roommate.
Yeah, but I still
We'll
want
be-
some. I still
with
need to get
benefits.
some.
But I mean, is it worth breaking up with that person or not being with that person anymore? Is it really like, can you seriously see yourself not being with that person, growing old with that person, sleeping next to you? Like when I go away for the weekends, I miss him terribly, and vice versa.
I hardly ever go away for the weekends, but
But when
still,
I do,
regardless.
And
I
don't. It outweighs it.
I can say this too. We come from, although similar backgrounds, not exact. Although similar backgrounds, not exactly the same. And I mean that in that, like, let's say the, my parents were together over 60 years, right? Your parents weren't. Okay. They weren't even together 10 years.
Not even
All right.
a year.
I don't even know how long. And, I remember speaking about this to an old friend of mine years ago. And, we were speaking and so on. And, we were like, back in the day, they took at least for my parents, they took the vows extremely seriously. They took pride in that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know if they should have still lasted that long. I saw that marriage and I was like, ugh. But I certainly knew what I didn't want out of the relationship, out of a long-term relationship. And, of course, this is the longest relationship I've ever been in. Yeah, same for her. But prior to this, the longest one I was in was probably 9 months, and I don't even think that long. But, and going back to the time, I think that may have slightly been ingrained in me as far as, no, this is the person I decided to wind up with, so to speak. And I am going to do everything in my power to stay with this person regardless. Regardless if she's a pain in the ass.
Oh no, because he's an angel.
Well, I've got the wings.
Well,
I'm
I
just
think
putting
this
them
is
under the
going
shirt.
over to the next one.
Go ahead.
It says, take advantage of what you can have in a long-term Take advantage of what you can have in a long-term partnership that you can never get in a new relationship. Someone to grow old with, someone who knows you well, who you've been through more than half your life with, which is true in our case. Someone you probably trust in a deeper way than you can most anyone else in your life.
So I couldn't imagine starting over. And don't get me wrong, kudos to those that have. You know, my brother's on his third marriage, and you know, this one's sticking.
Yeah,
We like Linda.
I like
I wasn't crazy about the first two.
it. Mm.
Even when it was early on, I wasn't crazy about them. But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things where I couldn't picture myself, and you know, again, hands down to you for, you know, Noel,
Yeah, well,
for
not all
doing it.
relationships should be
No, like we've
forever.
said that before.
Yeah.
You know, some you know, you think they're great in the beginning, and then unfortunately you find certain things out later, or things evolve in the wrong way, or better yet, they don't evolve. And I know for a fact that, you know, we've gone through a bunch of different stages in our lives, right? You know, like I used to like golfing regularly, and then I didn't. Well, but regardless of that, there's, you know, there's other things, of course, as well. You know, I feel, I say this to the kids at times, the kids being our sons as well as our daughter-in-law, and you know, I think I've evolved to an extent. Yeah, I'm still
A
I
pain in the
joke
ass,
around.
yes.
I joke around and whatnot, but overall, you know, there were certain views I had when I was younger that I don't have now. Thank goodness for that. And you know, with that, you know, I all I could picture is me and you being together forever. You know, and still, I will say this: I hope I go first. Just because I couldn't picture being with anyone else. But yeah, that's the way I see it, and I couldn't picture it, and I don't want to picture it. You know, I'm sounding like a sap here, but it's
No,
the
it's
truth.
the truth. It's the truth. The next one is ask yourself the following question. If your spouse died tomorrow, what would you want to say today?
Ooh, you first.
I love you.
Come on, couldn't say nothing else than that.
I love you.
And I love you too. All right, is that it?
Okay,
No, that
next.
shouldn't be it. That shouldn't be it. No, you have, okay. You're not good
You're
with the
my
words.
rock, babe. You're my rock. I thank you for my children, even though the first one was from another relationship, but you helped
That's my
me.
son. I don't give a
You
crap what
helped
anybody
me.
says.
You helped me dearly, and I was just talking to my daughter-in-law about this. Like, I was so, like he said, I was so I was scorned. I was
Jaded.
jaded. I was so careful. Like, I was one of those helicoptering parents. I was always like
Yes and no.
protective, and I'm like, but if it wasn't for him, I don't know. I would have like really broken him. And I might be biased because they're my children, but I think they came out great. And I thank him for that. I thank him for my children, for my family. He's my rock. And I love you, Daddy.
All right. Ditto. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. You know, I can say a lot of quotes from probably movies and cliched things.
Complete me.
Well, yeah, right. That was one of the ones on my mind. The other one is you make me want to be a better man type of thing. But again, you know, I was a 23-year-old kid, right, when I met you. You already had a child, and although it didn't happen, I did have to grow up right away if I was going to be with you. And I mean that in...
That was an ultimatum.
Yeah. There was a bit of an ultimatum at the time. You know, we didn't get married right away. You know,
I wasn't gonna
we got engaged 2 years in and didn't get married 5 years till 5 years after that. You know, so 7 years together and we hadn't gotten married. And that was another thing that she had said to me. She goes, "I'm not planning on having any other children unless we're married."
And I had a list of things.
Yeah, and most of them hit, but not all. But you know, there was a compromise, and you know, you've compromised a bit over the years, so have I. But you know, I can't picture. I can't picture coming home and you're not there.
Oh, honey.
I don't want to picture that. You know, and although, you know, I knew, you know, you were okay when you had to go and take care of your mom at
That
times
was
and
hard
stuff
on
like
us.
that.
Yeah.
Or even when Jay was, I remember when Jay got sick. Remember when Jay got
Yeah,
sick?
in the hospital.
And
I
it
was
was,
there for
and
like
Xavier
2
was like a
weeks.
year old or two, a year, maybe a
Was
year
like a
old.
week and a half or
He
2
was there
weeks.
for 2 weeks, I
It was
remember.
hard, yeah.
And it was hard for all of us. But it was just one of those things we knew we had to get through. But I hated coming home and you weren't there. And and you know, and Xavier just kept looking at me like, "Where's mommy? Where's mom?" I said, "Mommy's with Jay, you know, at the hospital." And, "Well, when are they coming home? When are they coming home?" And I was like, "I don't know, Pop. Hopefully very soon. Hopefully very soon."
And he was still a baby in my in my mind. He was still a baby. He was like a year and a half old. Or
Yeah, it was like a
So-
year or two old, because Jay was in
It was hard.
Jay was
yeah.
in high school still.
Yeah, I think it was.
He was either 16, 17. He was between 16
No,
and
we
17.
got married. He was 16 when we got
Right.
married.
Well, he was just short of his 16. And then yeah, he was probably about 17.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
about
it was in his
17 or
last
so.
year. It was
I don't remember exactly. Let's not
Point
nail it
is
down.
that he was very young, and it was
And,
hard for him because he had to do it all with the child. And thank God for my mother-in-law.
But you know, it's and again, it sounds cliche, but you know, when I say I didn't want to come home and you weren't there, or you weren't there when I got home, you know, because you are home. You know, you are home for me. You are, you know, I'm gonna sound really geekish now, but remember the Flash series, and he would always say that she was his divining rod, so to speak, or that place where he knew that he can always go back to. That was like home base, and I'm like, I get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that. I feel weaker when I'm not with you. I feel stronger and empowered when I am with you, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
Yeah.
And I mean that in every possible way.
Stop it. Anyway,
But yeah, so that's me for you.
thank you, my love. I love you. Ditto. Okay, the next one is when you're younger, you are working with the uncertainties of your career, your finances, the externals of life. Hopefully now that you're older and more established, these are no longer ongoing questions. Use the security and establishment in the service of openness, not more routines. Be honest enough to know. Be honest enough to know. This also extends to your spouse, who is really underneath that face you know so well. Are you sure you're sure you know? Well, I think because you were just saying before, when we met, he was younger. I was 5 years. I'm still 5 years older, but I was a little bit more set out. Like I had a job. I was set.
Well, no, when we first met, you weren't working. We were both unemployed.
Yes, but then I got a job, and then I had that
Right.
job for a while, and then he didn't. But the point is, when you're younger, there's always that uncertainty. We always kept on either getting laid off. I mean, there's uncertainties when you're younger, financially, things like that. But now that we've been together for so long and we're stable, we can use the security and establishment in service of openness. No more routines. Be honest enough to know. I'm a little confused with that one.
So I think it means that, you know, with all the noise, so to speak, that's outside of these doors, let's just say, and sometimes it creeps in as well. Are you secure that regardless of what's happening outside of those doors, you know who you're with, and you know who you've got, and you know who is your rock or your home, or you know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things where you have to grow up and realize the bigger picture. It's not all about, oh my gosh, he didn't buy me this for my birthday, or oh, he didn't say this the moment he left, or sometimes, yeah, things happen sometimes, but you know who that person is. Maybe at the moment they couldn't do what you needed, or maybe they couldn't afford it, or maybe
Well, that's
they
what they're
couldn't
saying.
afford the time.
That's what they're saying. Now that we're more stable financially,
Right, and this is
everything,
what I mean.
it's easier. It's like this is the person.
You're with, and you
Yeah.
know who they are. That's the big question. Do you know who they are? And it doesn't happen overnight. No, that's one of the reasons why this is about long-term relationships. It does not happen overnight. It may not even happen in a year. It may not happen in 3 years sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where you have to take in all the stages of the relationship.
Yeah.
Okay? So,
The next one. This one's confusing too, but let's
you want
see
me
if
to
we
read
can
this one?
work
I'll read this
throughout.
one.
Yeah.
Many of you are living with people who won't want to talk about these things, or not know how to talk about these things, or who will feel criticized if you try to talk about these things. That's a part of reality too. Can you grapple with these questions on your own without resentment and see where they lead you? So, this is why she jokes that I'm probably the girl in the relationship, right? Because I'm always about having the conversation. I'm always, and sometimes she's like, "Oh God, what are we going to talk about?" And
Oh, and do you love me?
yeah, I don't do that as much as I used to. I, what's up with the face? Yeah, I don't do it as much as I
At
used to.
least once a week.
I used to do it a lot more, and you know that. Well, I used to say more of, "What do you love about me?" And I think, and of course that's insecurities. That was my childhood insecurities. But as far as having a conversation, we do our best to have them.
Yeah.
As much as we are reluctant to. And no, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm reluctant too, because I'm like, oh God, not today. I don't, not today. What the, not the, what? What
I
is
know
it?
when you roll your eyes, but I'm like, honey, I was thinking.
Oh gosh, I was thinking. Oh jeez, but no, you have to want to have those conversations.
Yes.
You
have
have
to in
to
order
want
to
to know.
grow.
You have to want to in order to grow. You have to want to in order to understand where you are in the relationship. You have to understand where you want to go in the relationship. Because not everything is black and white,
Yeah.
dude. It's not. Come on, man. It's not. Oh, just because you said that's what you want, that's not how it's gonna go.
No.
And it's certainly not gonna be going at the pace you expected.
Oh no, yeah.
Stop thinking that, oh my gosh, I have to be
timeline,
I have
yeah.
to be married at this age. I have to have children at this age.
Yeah.
I have
And
to
then
have
the pressure you
blah, blah.
feel when you
No,
do
man.
that.
No.
How many women nowadays they feel this weight on their shoulders, all this anxiety, all this, oh my God, it's so hard on them because they had this timeline in their mind, or society,
Yeah.
have this timeline. Don't stick to a timeline.
Thank goodness it's not as prevalent nowadays.
Yeah, like it was back.
But
still,
even when
it
we were
gets-
getting together, it definitely was, because I remember a few of the women you worked with felt that, because I remember them saying that. I don't remember their names. I remember some of the jobs you had in the past,
Yeah.
but I remember some of those women, and I'm going, this chick is crazy. It's not literally just because and don't get me wrong, and I say don't get me wrong a lot, but and I understand the notion of you want to manifest it, with
Yeah.
dream boards or vision boards or whatever it is, but that's not reality.
No.
That's not reality. That's hope. That's faith. That's a little bit of luck, or actually more like a lot of luck at times, and immense dedication.
Yes.
Because
And patience. How many? And then not only
Patience.
women, men as well. They start nitpicking like there's a lot of episodes that we watch in some of the shows we watch. And like, oh, what's wrong with this one now? Oh, her feet are too big, or
Oh, she's a close talker.
yeah. I mean,
She's
guys,
got crazy eyes.
that one's though. That one's her.
That one's true though.
But you can't be nitpicky. You know, no one's perfect. No one's perfect. We all have our flaws. We just have to work at it. We
Yeah.
just have to be patient with each other and help each other work through it.
Yeah. And, and shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Sometimes it's not going to go exactly the way you want it to go. Sometimes it's just going to be. Sometimes it is going to be that day that you're like, oh, man, do I really want to talk to them right now? No, maybe you don't. And it's okay. But it shouldn't be like that every day. It certainly shouldn't be like that every moment. Oh crap, he didn't put his clothes in the hamper again. He didn't wash the dishes tonight. Or damn, she didn't give me some, I wanted some. You know what I mean? That's part of life, dude. It's not going to be it's not on your
Life
your
gets
schedule.
in the way sometimes.
It's not on your schedule. It's not
wrong.
perfect, but what I can tell you is it's perfectly imperfect. And again, cliched, but it's a fact.
Yes.
It's a fact. Roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think we need to look at that anymore. I think we could sum this up on our own.
Yeah.
The ideas of a lot of these things, they're pretty basic. But I think sometimes you need reminders.
Yes.
And I think that's what we're trying to give everyone when we do an episode. Yeah, a lot of the stuff you probably heard before, but maybe we give it a different twist. We give it our own spin on it, and
Hopefully it helps.
and sometimes you just need to shut the hell up and listen. Just listen. It's not rocket science.
No.
We're not doing brain surgery. We're not none of that. It's just shut up and listen. Stop being a hardhead. Stop being so damn independent, because you don't need to be independent. Sometimes you need to be vulnerable. Sometimes you just need to be vulnerable and just listen and go, you know what? Was it really that bad? Was it really that much? Were they really enough? No, maybe they weren't, but maybe you can work with what you got as well.
Yeah.
And maybe, hey, guess what? We've been together over 30 years.
We must be doing something right.
We must be doing something right. Hey, I picked her up on a bus. That's for somebody. Hopefully they listened to this episode because they had something to say about that one time. And guess what? They're not with anybody. Certainly not in a relationship this long. And this is what's worked for us. And I love her to death.
Just work at it, guys.
I love her to death. Sometimes I don't like her very much, but same thing goes the other way. But
Yes,
hey,
sir.
we know who we are. We know what we are. We know where we're going. We know where we want to get to. And that's just us. And that's a long-term relationship for you.
Yes. We love you guys. Thank you for sticking with us. Follow, share.
Like. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, the gram. We're on where the hell
go to
is-
our
We're on
website.
Twitter. Well, the X or whatever the hell that idiot.
We're
Musk
on
says.
our website. There's the link tree. It could take you to everything
Yep,
and anything you want.
The website is www.kevinlilhavewemet.com. And that's how you can find us on any of the other platforms as well. It's the exact same handle for all of them. And
We appreciate you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for bringing us into your lives. And have a wonderful day and a wonderful relationship. And hopefully it's lasting.
let's go Mets.
Bye.